Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am Andrew Hansen alongside Sugar Shane Caldwell, and this is our running back preview for the Week 8 main slate. Happy Halloween again, Shane. Are you ready to pick out some tasty matchups here for some of these running backs?
Yeah, we got some great running backs, some workhorse running backs, and great matchups, and even in bad weather games. So, I love it when we get into November for some of these running backs. It's easier to kind of see how the game plans lend to a lot of carries and a lot of production and volume for these running backs. So I'm excited to get into them.
Yeah, seriously, it's that time of year where we get to start to get some weather, some wind, some snow. We turn the clocks back, and we start playing some playoff type football here. So let's get some running backs. And before we get into any picks, just want to thank our presenting sponsor here, betus.com.pa. Go there for all your sports wagering and casino action. Use that promo code CoachTalk, all one word. Get a 125% match on your first deposit. So thank you to them for providing that to our listeners here at Coach Talk. And if you're watching on YouTube, do us a quick favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you are notified when all of our podcasts post. We've got 4 podcasts tonight for this Week 8 slate in the NFL. So appreciate all your support there on YouTube. Now, Shane, talk to me here about some high-priced running backs.
Yeah, you can go. You can go to the November man in Derrick Henry. I mean, this guy is just a physical presence in the month of November. He only averages 5.9 yards per carry, so he just completely eats when it comes to November. It's going to be November 1st, and huge, really high over under for this slate at what is it, 53 and a half, and 6-point favorites. I mean, that's implied total for Tennessee inching near the 30 mark. So you're talking about a huge favorite with the workhorse running back where you can really attack this team on the ground. So the game script and the whole situation sets up great for Derrick Henry here. I could definitely see you make the argument for him a little bit more on FanDuel than DraftKings because he doesn't really catch that many passes, but his production looks so good here. He's going to get the 300 or the 100-yard bonus probably on DraftKings. So you just got to hope he gets 2 touchdowns over there and maybe gets a couple screen passes. So love Derrick Henry here in this spot against Cincinnati, one of the best matchups, and it's setting up great for Derrick Henry here in this matchup just to get a ton of volume and just really crush Cincinnati. So I think he's worth paying up for here.
Yeah, I love him a lot here. Great spot. I'm ready to play a bunch of Henry here in Week 8. Now, the other guy here at the top, I've been thinking about this a lot here in the last 24 to 48 hours, and as I start to build lineups on DraftKings, I'm realizing that I do like Kamara here. It is DraftKings. He's 8,200, and of course, he's averaging 28.9 DraftKings points per week. So you're looking at, on average, better than 3x return, and he's not priced up high enough like McCaffrey, like we've talked about, like he should be. And it is a, tougher matchup, sort of middle of the road against Chicago, but they are the road favorites. And with Michael Thomas and Sanders out, we think that he's going to get a bunch of passes in another windy game. So you got to figure that Breeze will make some short passes to Kamara in the flat, in the slot, slant patterns, you name it. They want to get it in his hands. So on DraftKings, I'm going to have some lineups with Kamara. If we get down to some of the next tier of pricing here, who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, I've liked Kareem Hunt even when he's in pretty tough matchups, and now he's got Vegas coming into town. And I was talking earlier in the week how you got a team from Las Vegas that used to play in California, and they got to go out to Cleveland where it's going to be most likely raining and cold wind chill. The wind's coming at you like 27 miles an hour. So this is setting up for just a game where Cleveland just dominates in the run game. I love their offensive line. Love their run blocking, and I think Kareem Hunt could really eat them up in the passing game as well. Because if you're going to pass in that type of weather conditions, let's just get Kareem Hunt similar to Alvin Kamara type skill set. Let's get him in those short routes where no one can cover him. And I mean, they line up Kareem Hunt all over the place. You can play slot. They can. He's just a mismatch waiting to happen. You've seen him hit them for a touchdown in the end zone last week. So love Kareem Hunt here. He's in just a huge blow up spot, and they're going to pretty much, I mean, I wouldn't trust Baker Mayfield on a normal game. I definitely don't trust Baker Mayfield just to throw the ball a ton. I know he threw 5 touchdowns last week, which was great, but this is a game where Cleveland's going to get back to that old school football and pound the ball with Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt's due for a monster game here. And even though he's priced up a little bit, he's worth it.
That's great, man. I'm fired up. I'm ready for these games to start. You got me ready to go here with the weather and the old school football and running it. I can't wait to see that one. Now, the next pick for me is not in a weather game. It's Jonathan Taylor, a guy who you've been excited about all season. The problem here is he's going up against your Detroit Lions, but that's a good rushing matchup on paper. Detroit number 26 against the run so far this year. And I just love the fact that Indianapolis is coming off of a bye. And, he got almost all the touches in their last game against Cincinnati. So he's really trending towards a workhorse. We've been waiting for it. And I'm hoping that this is the breakout. So I'll have a bunch of Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it because he's going up against my Lions, but give this guy the ball.
Right.
That's what I've been saying all year. Get this guy the volume, right?
Absolutely. All right, who's next for you?
Well, I know this is kind of the theme, but how about another weather game? It's going to be really cold in Green Bay and really windy, and Aaron Jones is out again. So, and now you're looking at this Minnesota defense who we've known is you can attack them through the air, you can attack them in the running game here. Again, similar to Kareem Hunt situation, Jamal Williams is looking really good. Technically he's like the 1B running back on this team. He looks great. He's going to get the start. His price is still way too cheap for the situation he's in. Green Bay has a huge run blocking advantage against Minnesota's defensive front. So Jamal Williams is going to get a ton of volume and very productive volume through the run game, and he'll get some pass work here in this really windy condition. So Jamal Williams, again, is a lock and load in a really cold, windy game that's setting up for the running game again out there at Lambeau Field. This is looking like a great spot for Jamal Williams, and 6,100 on DK, way too cheap, and even 7,000 on FanDuel is way too cheap. He's projected as one of the top running backs of all running backs, and he's certainly not the highest price guy for me this week. So really can't get away from that, and Green Bay should roll in this game.
Yeah, you call him a lock and load, which I think is fair because he is in a great spot. The problem is there's so many good matchups here and these weather games where we just can't fit as many running backs in the lineup as we'd like. We can only play 3. So I like him a lot as well. He won't be in every lineup for me, but he'll be in some. Another guy right in that price range I do like is Bernard for Cincinnati. Tennessee's not good against the run. And with Mixon out, Bernard was solid last week, and I think they'll get him involved in the passing game a bunch again. So in a game with the total of 51 is what it's currently at on betus.com.pa. With some wind, again, we're thinking they're going to go with some short passes here. So Bernard, great target for me. All right, Shane, how about a value play?
Yeah, how about we go to a really ugly, grinded out game here. We got New England going into Buffalo. And this is going to be a tough game because, again, it's going to be probably raining and windy. And these passing games haven't looked good lately, not great matchups. But New England has a huge run blocking advantage over Buffalo. They grade out really good against Buffalo's front, and Buffalo does not do good against the run. So, you couple that with New England's passing game is struggling. They just lost Julian Edelman. You've seen how Cam Newton looks. The thing I like about it is their scheme. They can still run the read option with Cam because even though he hasn't looked good in the passing game, he can run the read option, and that's just going to create all kinds of space with the run blocking advantage, and the threat of Cam Newton is going to create tons of space for Damian Harris. So I think this is the game where Damian Harris gets a lot of volume, similar to the game plan when they played Kansas City, where he rushed for 100 yards. And this is definitely a Damian Harris game, and he's the type of guy you can play in a GPP, and he's super cheap, 5,500 on FanDuel and 4,200 on Draftkings. Belichick's going to attack that weakness, and that's their only play here. And they want to keep Josh Allen off the field. And this is an ugly weather game, so I think New England is going to impose their will and cause some problems for Buffalo. Even though they're actually underdogs here, they're going to cause some problems, and that's going to be through the running game with Damian Harris and Cam Newton. But Damian Harris is just too cheap in this situation here.
Yeah, well said. Agreed. Nice value play there. And I'll give you one. It's Myles Gaskin, specifically on DraftKings, where he's 5,200. Really great with PPR this season, and he's had at least 20 touches in 3 of the last 4 games. We know the Rams are very good against the run, strong defense, but with Miami likely playing catch up here, I like him getting involved in the passing game, possibly get a touchdown. Certainly going to get some carries. And we saw David Montgomery catch a bunch of passes against the Rams late, just check downs. And the Bears weren't really looking for that for the majority of the game. And I think Miami will with Tua. They'll look for that option much more often, more consistently throughout the game. So that's the initial look for us here in terms of our running back picks. We've got a few more that we've got reserved for our members. We'd love to have you pick those up as well. So if you want to join the DFS Coach Talk family as a member, go to our website, dfscoachtalk.com, get a weekly, monthly membership, or you can get the winter special, which is designed for NFL DFS players because it takes you through the end of the Super Bowl. And with all of our memberships, you get access to all of our sports. Basketball is really our thing. It's how we got started. We had a great summer in baseball, and we're cruising along with PGA. So definitely invite you to join us. And then what you're going to get is, in terms of the running back choices on DraftKings, we give out the coach's clipboard with our core plays and our pivots. And then on FanDuel, for every main slate, we give out a cash lineup, a full lineup that you can just plug and play. Same thing with the 2 GPP lineups, full lineups. And last week we absolutely smashed it on the main slate. So we're going to try to keep that going here in week 8. Social media, you can follow all of us on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk. You can find Shane at DET Sports Shane. I'm available at Language Olympic, and our fearless leader, the coach, is available at JoeSarvadi. Shane, any final thoughts here about these running backs?
No, I think it's a great running back. If you guys liked our running back picks this week, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube so you can get this notification. We're going to do these quick hit short position videos with our best player picks for free every single week. So definitely subscribe so you can get those notifications every single week and be ready to watch these videos as we do a ton of research and put this great information up here for you.
Yeah, and if you landed on the running back show first, check out our quarterback podcast, which has posted. Look at our wide receiver tight end podcast. We also have a primetime podcast just for the Sunday night and Monday night games to get you ready for the showdown slates and the Sunday, Monday primetime slate. So we're here for you for every slate, and we give out lineups to our members on every slate in the NFL. Sunday night, Monday night, the primetime slate, and Thursday night. So we're having a great season. Appreciate all of your support, having a lot of fun with our members, and we're going to just keep cruising along. I want to thank our presenting sponsor here one more time, betus.com.pa. Thank you to them for all their support. That's where you should go for your sports wagering action. Use that promo code CoachTalk. All right, on behalf of Shane Caldwell and the rest of the DFS Coach Talk team, I am Andrew Hansen. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to check out our next NFL podcast as we look to crush it in DFS.
Wake up, sports bettors. Sports are in high gear at BetUS.com, so put down the beer and make every sporting event more exciting by putting stakes on the line at BetUS. Earn bragging rights over your friends as you rake in the cash from each week's betting action. But don't settle for any other book. Choose America's favorite sports book with over 25 trusted years in the industry, BetUS. You need a sports book with integrity and longevity, but more importantly, you need a sports book that pays. BetUS has your game with action on football, baseball, basketball, MMA, golf, horse racing, and even esports. No other sportsbook welcomes newcomers like BetUS with their jaw-dropping sign-up bonuses. Sign up now with promo code CoachTalk for 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000. The best in the biz. Now you have the best book in the business with the best DFS provider in the business, Coach Talk. Create your account to make point spread bets, futures bets, prop bets, entertainment bets, live bets, and more. No other sports book is as committed to their members as BetUS. Sign up now and get in on the winning side of the ball.